Greetings, peace, love, and wellness, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. I am Sammarilee of Ready to Enlighten, and today I am launching my 30 minutes of yoga for the next 30 days challenge. Yes, you can join me every day, spending 30 minutes on the mat, connecting with our body, connecting with our inner self, stretching and moving. It is the small habits and rituals that you do daily that make a lasting impact on your mind, body, and spirit. That's why I'm spending the next 30 days meeting here on this mat with you to be your accountability partner. You can comment in the description to let me comment in the comment section to let me know that you joined this practice and how did you feel afterwards. Yoga is a practice, so if you don't get all the moves the first time, that's okay. Don't worry. The more that you practice it, the more you can get yourself comfortable in these positions. And sometimes our body, since it is a practice, sometimes our body don't want to access those poses. And that's why with yoga we have several modifications that you can do when your body tells you, no, I'm not doing that today. Oh, I don't feel like going that deep today. So it is fine wherever your body is at. So when you're ready, we'll get started. Just grab your mat and we can begin. We'll first start off with clearing breaths. That's always how we start off a yoga practice because yoga is about the breath, the life force energy within our body. We're going to allow the breath to guide us to each position. It's going to flow through every area of our body. So we're going to take a deep inhale. And when we inhale, we want to see if we can pull all the breath from the base of our spine into our mouths. So when you take a deep inhale, just visualize all that energy coming in and exhale it out. Again, inhaling, again, visualize it coming from the base of the spine all the way up. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Now that was just to ground us and anchor us in this present moment. That was to release any holding that we may have felt in our body. Now let's take this left hand and bring it to the right side of our temple. And gently lean your head over to this left shoulder. Then take this right hand and just extend it out straight. Just a gentle neck stretch and release both arms down back into your lap. Then get the right hand, bring it to the left side of the temple, and extend this left hand out and gently tilt the head to that right shoulder. Just allowing a gentle stretch in the side of the neck and release. Now we'll gently roll our shoulders back. And again, like I said, we're breathing through each motion. Then we'll roll our shoulders forward, bowing, loosening ourselves up. Then we'll take this right hand and bring it behind us, maybe a little bit out past the mat. Then take this left hand and bring it to that right knee. And gently just twist open, looking at that right shoulder, stretching and connecting it to the base of our spine, the whole spine getting a twist. And just go as deep as you feel. If you have any strain or pain, do not overexert yourself. Just listen to the body and feel what feels good. And we'll release that and come back to center. And get the opposite side, taking this left hand back. Bringing his right hand to that left knee. And twist open again, looking over that left shoulder. Twisting. And we'll release it. Then we're going to come onto our knees. And if you have any difficulties being on your knees, feel free to put a pillow under your knees, a blanket, or an additional mat support that can put under your knees. Sometimes they have these planting mats or something like that. Those work just as well. And we will have our hands planted up under the shoulders. And we will gently open our knees wide to each side of the mat and bring our feet together to touch. And then slowly shift the weight back towards our butt. And as we shift our hips back, we allow our hands to extend forward, bringing the chest and the head to the floor. Breathing here, stretching ourselves out, surrendering. Just fully allowing, connecting with our breath, connecting with our body, fully surrendering. Then we will gently walk our hands and upper body over to the right side for an additional side stretch. Breathing here, allowing. Then we'll come back to center and gently walk ourselves over to the left side. Breathing. In, breathing in and out. Then we'll walk ourselves back to center, allowing ourselves to surrender here. Then we'll shift ourselves back up onto all four and come down flat onto your stomach, onto your belly. Bring the hands just at the shoulders, and we'll gently lift up to a small cobra pose and release ourselves back down to the mat. Then we'll release our forearms, bringing the hand area of the head, allowing our forearms to rest. And then we'll lift up on the chest again. And this is a Sphinx pose. Breathing, open up the chest a little bit more, connecting to the back and shoulders. And release your head to the floor. Now we'll straighten our hands out to the side, resting the shoulders onto the mat. Breathing here. Then we'll gently bend our knees, bringing our feet towards the butt. And if you feel you're able to, see if you can grab a hold of your feet. And if it's difficult for you to grab a hold of your feet, feel free to use a strap or a belt or something to give you reach to grab a hold of it. And we'll breathe here. And if you want to take this pose a little bit deeper, we'll lift up the chest and the legs as a kicking and pulling motion to give our back upper body extra stretch. When you're ready, inhale, lift up, and exhale, release. Let go everything, allow our shoulders back to the mat, releasing. Now let's bring our hands back to the shoulders, flat to the ground. And when we inhale, we'll lift ourselves up into a full cobra pose, lifting through the chest, the back, the shoulders back, pelvis off the floor, breathing here. And when you're ready, come onto the balls of our toes and lift ourselves up in downward dog, creating a V, shifting the hips up, and slowly walking ourselves out here. Then we will walk our hands back towards our feet, folding forward. Then we will take a fold at our arms, allowing the head to hang heavy. Breathing here, inhaling, exhaling, releasing any thoughts, bringing ourselves to the present, to our body. Then release the hands. And if you want to go deeper, go ahead and slip your hands under your feet to stretch even more into the spine, releasing the head, releasing the neck. Breathe here. Connecting to that breath, allowing the breath to circulate in the circle that we are in. We're like in an oval shape. So allow the breath to flow from the tip of our fingers to the toes, to up the leg, around the back, and back around. And when you're ready, release the hands from under the foot and bring them to your hips. And on the inhales only, lift up. And on the exhales, pause. And when you get to the top, roll our shoulders back and walk to the top of the mat. From here, we will extend this right leg back. And we'll extend our arms out to the side, pointing both fingers on each side. Then we will shift our upper torso only towards the left, keeping our hips out in space. Then we're gonna hinge from the hip and fold down towards the floor, towards that left leg, extending its right hand up straight, keeping a flat line in our torso, keeping a straight line in our hand. Breathe here. This is called triangle pose. Breathe. And if you want to, bring this right hand down to the floor to meet that left hand. And as it meets that left hand, use this left hand and create like a bow, like you're an archer. And bend that left hand up and twist open to the opposite side. And when you're ready, bring that left hand to either side of the foot, step that right foot up, and slowly roll ourselves up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Roll the shoulders back when we get to the top, and get the opposite side. Extending that left leg back, keeping them both pointing forward. Extending our hands out, pointing both directions. And again, shifting that upper torso only to the right, towards the right hand front, keeping that hip out in space. And when you're ready, hands from the hip fall down towards the floor, keeping that hand straight. Breathe here. Inhaling, exhaling, no holding the breath. And when you're ready, bring this left hand down to meet the right. And then create a bow again, lifting that right hand up into the air this time, twisting open. Breathing, allowing, listening to the body. And when you're ready, bring your hand outside of the right foot. Step that left foot up. Slowly roll ourselves up, vertebrae by vertebrae, till we reach the top. Rolling them shoulders back. And we'll come to the center of the mat. We will go ahead and open our legs out, keeping them both pointed forward. And just go as comfortable as you feel, as wide as you want. And we'll extend our hands out again, straight across. This is a star pose. Breathe here, open up the chest, allowing the energy to come through all the points, from the toes to the hands to the fingertips to the crown of our head. Just allowing all that energy to flow out all the points. Breathe. And when you're ready, we're going to hinge from the hips and fold forward, diving down towards the floor, allowing our hands to touch the floor, allowing the fingertips and the toe tips to line up. And when they line up, feel free to allow your back to fold down as far as it feels comfortable. Breathe. Inhaling, exhaling. If you want to walk your hands back a little bit further to bend more, feel free to do that as well. But again, listen to your body. And when you're ready, hands from the hip, rise up. And we'll extend our hands out to the side again. But this time we'll bring it behind our back. And interlace our fingertips, taking a bind in our hand. And again, we're going to hands from the hip and fold forward, diving down toward the floor and allowing our hands to fall over towards. Breathe here. We're connecting to the back as well as we're doing this inversion. And when you're ready, hands from the hip, rise back up. And we'll slowly heel toe ourselves back up. So we get to the center, walking that out. Now we'll go towards the front top of the mat. Here, we'll step this right foot back again and drop onto that right knee, keeping this left knee bent. We'll have the front of that foot face down on the right side. Then we'll extend our hands up, reaching through the fingertips, opening ourselves up, opening the heart. Then we're going to bend at the elbows. And again, bend back, kind of slight back bend. Opening, breathing, allowing. Open up the heart, stretching in the back. Then we'll bring our hands close to a prayer mudra and gently twist open on that left side. Bringing that right elbow to the left knee, twisting open. Then come yourself back to center. Here, we'll take our right hand and grab a bind behind on our right foot. Bringing that right foot up to stretch, breathing. Twisting open if you want to look at that right foot and release. Then we'll kind of shift our weight back, extend this left leg straight and fold forward towards that left foot, walking our hands towards it, breathing here. Then we will bring our hands on inner side of that left foot, bringing the left foot back to be set on, and bringing that right knee up. And we'll do the same thing on the right side, extending our hands up, reaching through the fingertips, stretching wide, opening our heart up, heart gaze, breathing here. Then we're gonna bend at the elbow, leaning back a little bit, opening up the chest even more, stretching in the back, allowing that sun to come into the heart space, allowing the solar plexus to be activated. Breathing. And when you're ready, bring our hands together in a prayer mudra and twist open, bringing that left elbow to the outside of that right knee, twisting open. Breathe. Then we'll come back to center. And again, take this left hand and see if we can grab a bind at that left foot and breathe here. And again, if you want to take it deeper, see if you can twist open, looking at that left foot. And release that left leg. And go ahead and shift our hips back and come down towards that right leg. And when you're ready, bring both hands on the inside of that right foot, bringing that right foot back. And here, we're going to first sit back into hero pose. So we'll bring our knees about hip distance apart, spread our feet out just a little bit more, and sink back, shifting our hips back in between our feet. So creating a space here. And if this is difficult for you, feel free to put some support under your hips so it won't feel so difficult. And breathe here. Breathe. 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, come back up onto your knees. Come onto the balls of your toes. And we'll bring our hands to the smalls of our back, gently pushing our hips and pelvic forward and allow our head to lean back into camel pose. Breathing here. And if you want to take this pose a little deeper, allow your hands to fall back onto the heels of each side of your foot and expand, pushing the hips even more further forward. And when you're ready, come back up, tuck your chin into your chest. Slowly allow your knees to spread wide, feet together to touch, pushing your hips back towards your feet, extending your hands out wide, straight ahead of you, allowing the head and chest to meet the mat again. Breathing, stretching all that energy back out. And when you want to, come back up on your knees, and we'll come into a seated position. Here we'll gently flex our feet forward and pushing it away. Then we'll extend our hands up, bringing our feet to a straight up position. And on the exhale, we'll fold forward, trying to touch our toes, hinging from the hips, fold. Then lift your chest, lift your head, gaze straight ahead. And release that hold. Then we'll bring this right leg bend on the right side, keeping that left leg straight. Taking this right leg and bring it up and across that left leg on this area near the knee. Then we'll take that left leg and bend it, bringing the foot towards the butt and hips. We'll have this right hand back for support and take this left hand up and across and twist open. Kind of look back towards that right hand. Breathing. This is like a full body hug, a full body twist, a full body love. And when you're ready, we'll release that. Kind of shake our legs out and get the opposite side. This is my kitty. Furiosa, she likes to make guest appearance. Then we'll get the opposite side, bringing this left knee back to bend towards us. Taking that left knee back and across on the right side, outside right side of the foot. Knee. Taking this right leg and bend it back towards our hips on the left side. Bringing his left hand back for leverage. Taking his right hand up and across and twisting open. Breathing. Twisting ourselves open. And when you're ready, we'll release that. Walk that out a little bit. And come on to our back. And as we come onto our back, we'll bring our knees to our chest, hugging it towards us. Inhaling, exhaling, rocking a little bit. And then we will allow our knees to fall over onto this right side. Bring your left hand on that left knee. Then take that left hand and allow it to come up and across. And as it's coming up, allow your head to follow the gaze of that left hand. And allow this left hand to open up on that left side. Allowing your shoulders to rest onto the mat. And if you feel like your knees are coming off the floor, use your right hand to just hold on the knees. Try to keep your knees bent at the 90-degree angle. But if you can't, just fold wherever you're at. Breathe. Then bring your knees back to center. And we'll get the opposite side. Let your knees fall over onto this left side. Bringing that right hand up onto that right knee. Then allowing this right hand to come up and across and fall over onto that right side. Having our head facing the right side, the shoulders on the mat. Bring that left hand onto the knees. Keep them stable and breathe. And let's bring our knees back up to center. Gently roll them out and allow them to fold open straight into Savasana, conscious resting. And here we'll have our hands spread, our hands out, fingers spread, space in between our arms, legs straight out with space in between our legs. And here we will consciously rest and allow the energy that we just created in our body to integrate wholly around us and through us. This is here where we consciously surrender to the moment, consciously surrender to the breath, and just let go. Feel free to stay in this position as long as you want to. And if you're ready to come out, begin to gently wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes to bring mobility back into your body. Wash your wrists around and your ankles. Taking a deep inhale in and out. Gently stretch your arms and legs in opposite direction as if you're just waking up in the morning. And kind of bring your knees to the chest and rock yourself up into a seated position. And at this time, I would like to thank you for clicking on this video and sharing your practice with me, for joining me for the 30 days of 30 minutes of yoga. If you like this video, please feel free to like, comment, and share, subscribe, and comment in the section if you're down with me for the next 30 days. Until next time, peace, love, and wellness.